I'm Don Hammock, the Sports Information Director at Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College. Thanks for joining us for what should be another good episode of Bulldog Blitz. We'll talk with Coach Chad Huff and a couple of his players about the homecoming 30-17 victory over archrival Pearl River. We'll also meet wide receiver Lester Wells. Later on in the show, we'll talk with tennis coach Gary Bourgeois about his 2017 tennis team. We're on the field with Gulf Coast head coach Chad Huff. Chad, I think you got close to a complete game tonight. It was a good sign for the Bulldogs, wasn't it?
It was. I was talking to the kids today before the football game. You know, we've yet to play that complete game, and we were close tonight. I'm still not quite there yet, but that's a good thing. You know, we still got some work to do, but proud of just the effort, the way the kids played. They played with a lot of passion tonight, a lot of heart and desire. You could tell they wanted it really, really, really bad. You know, these Pearl River Gulf Coast games, Coach Saunders and those guys had a really good game plan. They came in here and they played hard as well. You know, we always talk about this Gulf Coast Pearl River games, you know, one of the biggest games of the year, and it just so happened that they have a lot at stake, you know, with playoff hope still alive, all that good stuff, and you know, a great atmosphere for homecoming. You know, it was great weather, a lot of fun. It was great to just get this south wind and move a little bit closer to where we want to get to.
Defensively, you got 2 interceptions in the first half. Were able to get some short fields for your offense. You didn't get the big payoff, but you started building a lead there early.
Yeah, we did. You know, defense came out and made some plays early. You know, this football game, just over the last 10, 12 years, the team that has made the fewest mistakes and has created those big plays. There's big plays in every one of these games just over the past, you know, 10 or 12 years since we've been playing this, and or since I've been here. And tonight we did that. Defense, you know, got 2 turnovers for us tonight. Offensively, we did not turn the football over, which is big. If we don't turn the football over, we got a chance to win every football game we're in. We didn't, you know, convert them into touchdowns. Obviously, would love to have had 14 points there, but I was glad to see Josh, you know, make those 3 field goals. He's done really well here of late, and I know he'll continue to do that. But you know, we had some penalties, got some plays called back, had a touchdown called back, so it should have been 21-7 there early, but you know, we built the lead there 9-7, and you know, and kind of had momentum there going into halftime with you know, offensively we were backed up, you know, twice. I know at least around the 15 there, 10-yard line, we took it 90 yards and was able to score, so that was big.
I think that's 11 straight wins for you since you've been here at Gulf Coast. So that's I know that's a lot of fun going against them.
It is.
Offensively, you guys ran for about 267 yards, threw for another 168. I think you were pretty efficient offensively tonight.
Yeah, very, very, very efficient again. You know, we were. Anytime you can, you know, run and throw the football, you allow yourself to stay within your game plan and mix and match and keep the defense off balance a little bit tonight. I thought we were able to do that. You know, offensively, I thought the O-line did a good job protecting Larry, and receivers made plays and running backs ran hard. And, you know, Larry was pretty efficient in the night. I think he, like you said, I think he was 14 or 16 or 24. And, you know, we were able to get into the fourth quarter and work on the defense. I thought they got tired. We were able to control the line of scrimmage. We were physical and were able to get some first downs there late and you know, burn some clock off. And then eventually we popped one there with T-Rod, and it was good to see us finish the way we did.
T-Rod had a 71-yard touchdown run. I think he finished with a 174 rushing and about 200 total yards of offense. So it was a good night. What was it like? What was it like with the rivalry tonight? Kind of, I know there were some high emotions there at times.
Yeah, it was. You know, it's competitive. Yeah, these guys want to win it so bad. You know, they're you know, they want to whatever they got to do to find a way to win a football game. And when that happens, and you got guys out there competing to win, it's going to get chippy, and it means something to both of us, for them as well as us. They were coming in here to win this football game, and so that's going to happen. And I was glad to see our guys keep our composure and move on to the next football play. But it was exciting. It definitely was a physical football game that had a little bit of everything in it.
One more game left in the South Division. One more game left in the regular season. You win this game, we'll be in the postseason. So it's a short week, but I know there's a lot to get ready for headed up to Jones County.
Yeah, for sure. This football team, I'm real proud of the way, from where we've started to where we are now. This football team is starting to believe in each other and continuing to get better. And never doubted. They never doubted. And we got ourselves in a good situation, controlling our own destiny. If we got a short week, like you said, it's 4 days here, and we got to travel to Ellisville, which is another rivalry. The Gulf Coast Jones games, there's a lot of big games that's over the last years with those guys. And I know Coach Buckley will have them ready, and we've got to bounce back pretty quick. Have a really good week of practice here the next 3 or 4 days and find a way to go win us another football game and finish this thing out right. And defensively, I was proud of the efforts tonight. They did a good job there late, holding those guys on the field and making them punt and getting the ball back to the offense. And, when you're doing that, keeping the defense off the field, it's to me, that's a team effort. And I was glad of special teams. We did a great job covering kicks. Tyler Flatto wasn't out there much, but I was glad. I told Tyler, if you're not out there much, that's a good thing. So, but when he was out there, he did a good job of pinning them there inside the 15 and changing field position. So close to being a complete game, and we just need to continue to build off this and get better from it.
Congratulations, Chad.
Thank you, Don.
We're on the field with Mississippi Gulf Coast offensive lineman Randan Knight. Randan, you guys ran for 267 yards tonight. That's always a good sign for an offensive line. What worked for y'all tonight?
Just preparation. We had an excellent game plan. We go in every day, watch film, come on the field, and execute to the best of our abilities. Shout out to Coach George. Shout out to Coach Phillips, man. They keep us prepared. We never go unprepared.
Defense gave y'all some short fields tonight, a couple interceptions that got you short fields early. How important is that for an offense?
Oh, it's amazing. When they can set us up in the red zone, coming onto the field, it's momentum is what it is, and it really helps a lot. Just shout out to the defense. Thank y'all.
We always ask running backs what happens on a long play. What happened on T-Rod's 71-yard run tonight?
Just execution. Know your role, do your job, and when you do that, great things happen. I mean, T-Rod, he's a great back. We've got a lot of great backs. And we know if we can give them room to operate, they go take it to the house like he did on that play. So
you know what play it was? Remember what play it was?
It was 5-2. And, I mean, it was a zone, inside zone, and the ball was supposed to hit either front side A-gap or back side A-gap. He hit it and took it to the house. So
just like you draw it up, huh?
Just like you draw it up.
You playing the biggest rivals we got. What was that like? What was the kind of the atmosphere like on the field tonight?
It was loud. I mean, but we expected that. We call it the River Rats. It's a big rivalry game. Homecoming too at that. So the atmosphere was awesome. So
congratulations, Randan.
Thank you.
On the field with Gulf Coast defensive lineman Isaiah Buggs. Isaiah, this is a big arch rival homecoming night. What was the atmosphere like tonight out there on the field?
It was a great atmosphere out here tonight. From the time we walked over for the Bulldog walk, people was everywhere. The good thing about this rivalry is a lot of folks show us love when we get ready to play this team. They just right down the street. A lot of folks come and watch us, and we put on the show tonight.
A little bit chippy there on the field, a little bit ugly at times. How's it to deal with it out there?
I mean, when you look at the scoreboard and you find yourself on top and you know that you have something to play for the next couple of games, you got to be positive and think on the good side. We just put them out so they don't have a chance of anything else. So they want to do any little thing, to get you off track and get you ejected out of the game. But main thing, that's what being a coachable player, come in, listen to the coach, just walk off from it. The second person always get caught.
You guys had a couple interceptions early. That really seemed to kind of help get you guys going tonight, didn't it?
Yeah, defense, we was in the right spot at the right time. We should have scored those, but when it's all said and done, we played good defense.
What does this do kind of moving forward for you guys? You got one more regular season game left.
We're not finished yet. We still got something else to play for. We still got to prove a lot of folks that we are Gulf Coast. We too deep, and we play Gulf Coast football everywhere we go. So when we travel to Jones, it's going to be a match.
Thank you, Isaiah.
Yes, sir.
I do feel like I found a place here. When I first came down here, I was a little nervous being 900 plus miles away from home and not having my parents to be around or any of my friends that I had known all my life. And so when I came down here and Miss Tommy, she helped me meet some new people and having the learning lab over there where we all just hung out in between classes, that was a great opportunity for me. I made some pretty good bonds while I've been down here, so I will miss that the most.
Gulf Coast wide receiver Lester Wells had a touchdown against Pearl River on Saturday. Let's meet Lester.
Gulf Coast, it was my first offer. I mean, I came up here for a camp, and I did pretty good. And Coach brought me in his office, and he told me he wanted me to come be a Bulldog. So, I mean, I ain't think much of it, but I mean, that was my first offer. I mean, basically like my only offer. And then like when I was in Coach Huff office, he was like, he said, I want you to play for me because I think you're a better person than you are a player. And that mean a lot to me when he said that. Oh, fun, up tempo, everything, fast. You always doing something. We be the first people to practice and last to leave every day. So. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, I mean, he get better and better every day because he pushes us. He raises the standards each and every day. Every day. Every day he bring the juice every day. He want us to bring the juice. He worked with us a little. He worked with us a good bit too. Fun. He always happy. He always up spirit. It's going pretty good. I mean. It's a lot, but I mean, we can handle it. They nice. I mean, if you always do the right thing, and then of course you don't act up. They'll be nice to you, whatever. They always are nice and reasonable with you, the teachers and all that. Man, you go in class and you do the right thing, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Eat, sleep. I just hang out, go play ping pong in the student center. I'm third best on campus, you know what I'm saying? Best football player, yeah. Play ball somewhere, I mean, just keep playing, hopefully I get a good scholarship, but I mean, guy got to play in, so let's see. I want to make some money, you know what I'm saying? I want to make lots of money, but I want to open my own business, open up like a training facility, like for athletes, like, because I can relate to them, you know what I'm saying? Train them on, like, whatever they got to do, their skills, I mean, get them up, you know what I'm saying?
My plan for my future is finishing my officer package, utilizing the degree I got from Mississippi Gulf Coast, and then from there, hopefully I learn a lot on this ship that I'm going to, and I can be an officer anywhere in the world. Wherever they send me, I'm ready for. When I first checked the board, they had a representative for the Gulfport military base, and they recommended a few schools from the Mississippi Gulf Coast seemed like the best choice to go with. And the college understands that they have military students on board, and we actually have a department getting open just for the military right now. They really go out of their way to make sure that I'm well taken care of.
Gulf Coast coach Gary Bourgeois has one of the top men's and women's programs in the state. Let's meet the tennis team.
I think we have a lot of reasons to be optimistic this year with only two players coming back, with Noah Tippin, who won the state in region at number 3, and then we have Brett Bowen, who got to the finals and has some big wins at nationals. So we've got a nucleus there. And then coming in, we got some great freshmen, John T. Murphy from Mobile. We got some of the top players in the state. James Estrada from St. Stanislaus. We got Braden Williams from Pass High. We got Hugh Vo from Pass High. We got Noah Rao from here in Wiggins, a tough player from Stone High. So these are some of the nucleus, I think, of the team that we're going to be able to put on the court that's going to really, I think, emulate what we've done in the past. You know, we've been the top team in the state the last 3 out of 4 years, so I think this team combined with the new players coming in and the nucleus, plus we have a couple players coming in the spring, Reed Cudd and Travis Bell, who will really help us as well. So I think we should be able to make some noise this year on the men's side. On the women's side, again, I think we have a lot of reasons to be optimistic. We have Paulina Estrada coming back, a really tough player from Mexico. We got Katie Burrell, who's a transfer in, who's really looking well. They went to the small college championships last week. We did really well there, going toe-to-toe with some of the top teams in the nation. We also, on the girls' side, we've got Bianca Bui from Romania, who's coming in as a top ITF player from Romania, and who's going to really add to depth to the lineup. We got Jasmine Sarton, a sophomore, coming back from Biloxi, who's doing really well. We got Katie Burrell, like I mentioned. We got Sarah McMillan coming in from North Pike. We've got Jill Kraft from St. Patrick's. We've got Caitlin Miller from Waynesboro coming in, and we got Jenna Lance from Pascagoula, who's going to add a lot of depth to the lineup. So we've got a lot of depth this year, which we hadn't had in the past on the girls' side. So if we have some injuries or somebody goes down, it's just next man up. So with that depth combined with the experience we have coming in with our international players, I think the girls can do really well, especially looking at the talent that was displayed in the national championships in small college in Arizona this past week. I think we can go to toe with most of these teams in the nation this year. We're undefeated so far. We played the ITA tournament and did really well there. Now we get into the meat of the schedule. We go up against Heinz, who we've beaten. We go against Jones and Meridian. So 2 tough teams. We play Faulkner State twice, who are very good this year. So I will get a really good idea of how we're looking for this spring based on the results of these next matches coming up. But like I said, we still don't have our complete team on the men's side, and our girls team is really young and developing. And from what I saw in the ITA and in practice, I think our best tennis is still ahead of us. 2 out of the last 3 years we've hosted, and both years we've done really well. It's really good for our players to stay in their own beds at night, not have to travel, not have to deal with the new environment, because it's normally at a neutral site. So having it here at our own home courts is a big advantage for us. Of course, all the other intangibles that come into play with the student body coming to help us with the organization here, with the courts we're familiar with. So all these intangibles play into a big advantage for us. Recruiting is really going well for us this year. We got some guys that are on the bubble right now. With the new signing date of November 1st, we expect to bring them in and sign them pretty soon. So I'm not really at liberty to discuss any names right now, but it looks like the signing class is going to be really strong. So next year's team, with only a few open places because of so many freshmen coming back next year, but the people we have coming in this year, I think will really add to the depth of our team and really improve our chances to do well again next year. So I'm always looking 1 year in advance when we're looking at recruiting. So I can never enjoy the moment because it lasts about 1 day. And now I'm looking at next year already. So I think we got some good talented players that are coming in from next year. We also have some international players that are going to add to our lineup as well. We have a player coming in from England. We have a girl coming in from Mexico. So I'm really optimistic not only about this year, but next year as well.
We'll leave you tonight on Bulldog Blitz by taking a look at our 2016 Athletic Hall of Fame class. We'll see you next week. Dale Lawrence Chatham played on Coach Ken Curly Ferris's 1978 baseball team and was drafted by the Cincinnati Reds in the 5th round. He returned to Perk for a second season, during which the team was ranked 5th in the country. The Bulldogs won the South Division, and Chatham and teammate Doug Morrison pitched back-to-back no-hitters to win the state championship. Chatham finished 14-0, helping Gulf Coast win a school record 36 games. He was named the best pitcher in the NJCAA. Catherine Ann Gendron played basketball at Mississippi Gulf Coast Junior College for Sue Ross and softball for Doris Smith, where she pitched and played third base in 1979 and 80. Those teams finished second in the state, and she earned All-State honors in 1980. Gendron went on to be the most valuable player on Belhaven's softball team. She is now the tennis coach at Ocean Springs High School, where her teams have won 6 state championships. Gendron has been named Mississippi Association of Coaches Coach of the Year 5 times. Glenn Anthony Sonny Pizarich played tight end on George C. Cool's first football team. His sack late in a win over Jones in 1966 ensured Mississippi Gulf Coast Junior College's first state championship since 1948, and the Bulldogs repeated in 1967. Pizarich played center field for Ken Curly Ferris' state championship baseball team in 1967, meaning he won 3 state crowns in his 3 semesters at Perk. He earned first-team All-State honors in football and went on to outstanding baseball and football careers at Tulane. Joseph Campbell Sy was a highly decorated flyer during World War II. He came to Perkinson Junior College in 1947 after an All-American football career at Mississippi State. Sy was an assistant under Marvin Red Campbell, and in 1948 they led Perk to its first ever undefeated and untied season. That team was named National Junior College Football Co-Champions. Sy became Perk's head baseball coach in 1950, but left after 1951 to go into business. Sy's name appears on the national championship plaque that stands in front of the new athletic education complex. Janice Felsher Seymour played on the women's basketball team at Perkinson Junior College in 1952 and 1953. The 53 Perkette basketball team won the South Division, the only women's basketball trophy won by the school's teams between 1929 and 1977. Seymour also was assistant drum majorette in 1951-52 and became the first head Perkette in 1952-53. Seymour has been employed at St. Martin Upper Elementary School since 1984. William Leonard Sumrall played tennis for Perkinson Junior College from 1953 to 1955 and never lost a match. He and teammate Max Patterson won the state doubles championship in 1954. In 1955, Sumrall won the state singles championship and the team repeated as state champs. He led her 2 years on the basketball team and won the D.L. Hollis Athletic Trophy in 1955 as the athlete who contributed the most to the all-around athletic program. Sumrall played basketball at Bethel College before teaching and coaching at Perkinson Agricultural High School and Junior College. His men's and women's team won the 1961 state championship. Aubrey Hayes Weathersby played golf for Gulf Coast from 2012 to 2014. Weathersby twice earned All-MACJC, All-Central Region, and All-American honors, helping the Bulldogs win their 6th and 7th straight Region 23 championships. His best finish at the national tournament was 4th, which helped Gulf Coast claim 3rd place, its best ever finish. Weathersby won the Hubert Tucker Award for lowest stroke average in the MACJC and went on to play at Southern Miss.